Well, we've got Brand's Eye in the studio again, looking at the social media comment, and we've learned a lot about politics and commerce from that. And the interest among South African television viewers in a local TV show reflected in social media sentiment. With us is Melanie Malherbe from Brand's Eye to take us through those stats. Evening to you, Melanie.
Hi.
So, you always bring in 2 or 3 interesting graphs, and we always find this angle illuminates the subject that we're talking about. So what's this one about?
So we looked at the viewership of local channels on TV. So the TV audience measurement numbers showed quite a drop in viewership between June and October of this year. And we looked at social media to see whether we can find out why this is happening. So we looked at the major stations, SABC2, Mzansi, and Mzansi specifically, Mzansi Magic specifically, showed a 13% drop from June to October. Then we delved into that and found out that South Africans love their local content, and 2 big shows are not on the air anymore on Mzansi. Yeah, so you can see there, the SABC 6% down, Mzansi Magic 13% down.
I'm tempted to say, but Our Perfect Wedding is still on air. And that's a big draw card for Mzansi Magic.
Yeah, but when we saw Igazi back in June, when we actually matched it to the Game of Thrones conversation, how much more conversation around that program there was. So people are saying that Idols is on at the moment and they love it, but they can't wait for Date My Family to come back. So they would love to see that. And then Igazi, that's just the program that they want back. And if you look at the viewership drop, the number of viewers that watch those 2 shows, actually the total of that, it makes up the drop. And then social media reflects that. Sure. People are saying, bring back these shows, we want to get back into them and we want to see what they're doing. So you can see there, 4.6 million viewership drop on the one channel. And then, the amount of conversation going on about those 2 shows on social media is quite high. So this just shows that you can actually make a decision on traditional media by listening to what people are saying on social media. Advertisers, program commissioners, should possibly be listening to the people on social.
I'm fascinated by that. I must admit, I used to watch Igazi, so I know what they're referring to, and that kept them glued to the screen.
People can't wait for season 2, I believe it is. Exactly. It has to come.
I don't watch any TV except the US elections and cricket, so I'm not part of these declines. I just never was there.
And you would think that it would be the Showmaxes and the Netflix of the world. Everyone is starting to do that, but South Africans love local content, and we've seen that more than once.
It also reminds us that the SABC remains a major player. I mean, it gets some bad press for various reasons, and SuperSport and the DSTV bouquet, lots of publicity. In fact, the SABC remains a powerful player.
Yeah, well, you don't pay as much to view their programs either. There's not as much of an investment in that. So I think the general population can get hold of that content.
Well, you did mention the US elections there, David. Let's take a look now to see if this featured in the trend tracker. Well, the past week has seen the world react to the outcome of the US presidential election that took place last Tuesday. What did South Africans have to say, though, about Donald Trump's win on social media? I saw a lot of memes, but what else were we saying?
Okay, so the overall feeling was negativity. They were saying, how could the Democrats let this happen? How could they not see it coming? Why didn't they vote? Some people are actually saying it's the end of the world as we know it. There's a lot of gender conversations saying how there's a glass ceiling for women in power. And then obviously a lot of racial, conversation coming up as well. And then, as you said, the memes, true to South African form, let's make a joke about it. So, of course, Josie Floods was completely Trump's fault. They're wanting Hillary, they can say Hillary can now use her Gmail address again. They're saying, American friends living in South Africa, maybe you should go back and, is it too late for you to go vote Hillary now? Yeah, so lots of
good jokes about people saying, how can we get to South Africa? We need to live somewhere else.
Yeah, so Samuel L. Jackson, one of his posts came up quite a lot and saying, if Trump wins, he's moving to South Africa.
Yeah, I don't know what colour our card would be. South Africans trying to get to the US want a green card. So we must develop a card, a rainbow card.
I was about to say, a rainbow card would probably be the thing to do.
Exactly. Yeah. On this trend, though, again, I take it it's highly likely to continue, that Trump features quite highly, as we're still getting a lot of the feedback from African masses and the world at large with regard to the election outcome.
And when he steps into office, formally, there's still going to be conversation around that. So, yeah.
What about Ivanka Trump? I've seen quite a few memes about her, too.
I saw a meme about Michelle Obama holding up a sign going, "An immigrant is taking my job."
Ooh.
So it's getting quite heated, I think. And then also, her dress stains and the faces she pulls, and you know.
What struck me is, and I saw some comment on this too, is that if she'd wanted to, the one who would have won the election against whoever stood would have been Michelle Obama.
Yeah, yeah.
What a
wonderful
player.
woman, that. Yeah, wonderful woman.
Very true. But we'll leave it there for today. Thank you so much for your time, Mel. That was Melanie Malherve, who's from Brands Eye.